That just happened. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Yes, the Bengals are Super Bowl bound, and the party at Arrowhead Stadium is on and on and on, and you can just see the excitement here as I twist this around, man. There are chants. There are fans going crazy. It is a wild time here at Arrowhead Stadium. And, yeah, I'm going to fix my tripod. Boom, there we go. Look, wow, what a game. What a moment. I'm going to just let you take some more of this in here. A ton of Bengals fans still around, experiencing it, celebrating it. A moment that hasn't happened for a lot of you in your lifetimes, right? The Bengals haven't been to the Super Bowl since 1988. Well, that changes this year as Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, and a gutsy performance by Lou Anarumo's defense lead the way. Bengals 27, Chiefs 24. Crazy. What a game it was. And, this came down to the defense really hammering things down, and it was the stop at the end of the first half, I think, that got things going. There you see Icky Woods doing the Icky Shuffle. Fans going crazy. A ton of them here. It's just insane. I had to come down. I was like, all right, we're going to hit record, and we're going to do this post-game a little differently than we're used to. Look, it's electric. Fans going back and forth. I talked briefly with Jamar Chase's father, Jimmy. It's crazy times indeed for the Bengals, but it didn't feel that way early in the game, right? The defense gave up scores on their first three possessions. It was 21-3. This crowd at Arrowhead was going crazy, and then the defense, like I mentioned, put it to bed. I think the fact that Eli Apple had that big tackle on Tyreek Hill at the end of the half, and then they get a stop coming out of halftime. And even though the offense didn't score, they're down 21-10. They feel pretty good about themselves. And the defense, they got 6 straight stops at one point. They held the Chiefs tough. They sacked Patrick Mahomes 4 times in the second half, and they were able to do just enough to keep the Chiefs in check really throughout the second half, because they gave up the field goal, but they sacked him 4 times. They forced 2 turnovers, including 1 in overtime. And Joey being overtime, blouses. I think everybody knew then what was about to happen, and why wouldn't it end with Evan McPherson, a rookie kicker who's now 11 for 11 on field goal, or 12 for 12, excuse me. I cut him one short, 12 for 12 on field goal attempts. It's insane. Wild that he's 12 for 12 this postseason. He made a 52-yarder in the fourth quarter to give the Bengals a lead, 24-21. Then the game-winning 31-yarder. Just an insane game. But it's been that way all year. I was thinking about it on the way down from the elevator. It seems like any time you want to count the Bengals out, even in games they lost, right? The Chargers game, they come back. The 49ers game, they come back. The Chicago game way back in week 2, and they're outplayed the whole game. They come back and almost win. It seems like every time you count them out, they find a way to rally, and they certainly rallied today in the biggest moments, in the biggest stage, on the biggest stage. And what happened? Well, they got to go on that stage right there. That's where they got to go. And their next stage, well, it's SoFi Stadium. They're going to the Super Bowl. So it's insane. It's wild. It's hard to put into words. I know I talked to a friend, my friend Brian Williams was in tears. So shout out to Brian. I call him B-Man. I know a lot of you have to be emotional right now. And how can you not be, right? Everything that's gone into this, in your fandom, right, is 33 years. It's a long time. So it's over now, right? That's Super Bowl streak, whatever you want to call it. And the Bengals going to SoFi Stadium on February 13th. It's insane. All of these fans, there are thousands of fans in the stands right now. When you look, because it's all around the stadium, the lower bowl. Bengals fans sticking around, cheering, and look, it was ugly at times. It was ugly for Joe Burrow at times. He wasn't great today. I think some of his throws were high. They had to overcome losing C.J. Uzomah, who was walking around here. I saw him hug Elizabeth Blackburn in celebration afterwards. And look, this team just finds a way to overcome. And it's happened time and time again this year. And today was one of those times, multiple times. They could have given up a touchdown at the end. How many of you were thinking that? I know I certainly was. I was thinking that there's a chance it's 28-24 and the Bengals, well, they don't get the ball back. But Sam Hubbard happened, and he had 2 big sacks in the second half. And that's the thing. Von Bell made a play. Jesse Bates made a play. Eli Apple made a play. And it's all of these guys. Trey Hendrickson, multiple big plays. Lou Anarumo confusing Patrick Mahomes. There were Chiefs fans on this channel that said when I gave Joe Burrow the mental edge, that ripped me, and they came after me, and they rolled their eyes during the preview earlier in the week. Well, so it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that aspect of it, and it coming down to that, and Joe Burrow cold as ice. I mean, he had 4 runs today for first downs, ran for 28 yards, had some big plays in the pocket, wasn't as accurate as normal, still threw for 250, right? Still completed 23 passes, still was able to do what he needed to do. And Jamar Chase, look, man, stop doubting that dude. You know, the people that do doubt, I don't know if anyone doubts him anymore, but that 2-yard touchdown, that was a beast catch. They had to have it. It was 3rd down on the 2-yard line. You just had that interception. You need to cash in there. You need to tie the game or certainly score a touchdown to make it a 1-score or a 2-point game. And they were able to get the 2-point conversion as well. But if you don't get a touchdown there and you settle for a field goal, well, then the Chiefs have all the momentum still. And Jamar just said, no, I'm going to win this one. And he went up and he won it. And Joe Burrow obviously trusts him. So it's an exciting time. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? But there's just so many plays. You know, Joe Mixon had some big runs. And I get it. There was some frustration with Zach sticking with the run. But it worked out. And I think there's a lot of times this year where it's like, is he really going to stick with this? Is he really going to? And to me, I think it was giving his defense a breather as much as possible, trying to keep balance as much as possible. And it was just enough to get it done. And, man, forcing a turnover. The Chiefs never, in overtime, they just did not look like themselves. You lose the coin toss. You're thinking, oh, man, it's Patrick Mahomes. You know, heads failed them. Tails, it was tails back-to-back, the beginning coin toss at the beginning of the game and then at the start of overtime. And yet they forced the turnover. Interception. And when they got that interception, Joe Burrow found T. Higgins, and instantly they moved the ball down the field. Boom. In the words of Dan Horde, coffin nails. Evan McPherson kicks the Bengals to Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium. Well, we're just getting started here. We're going to have a ton for you, but I had to get this. I had to capture this for you because it's just insane. And I hope you're having fun. I hope you're enjoying it. And just know that we got 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks of awesome content. The season doesn't end today, which is a lot of fun. It's a lot of excitement here. I'm sure you're excited as well. And boy, oh boy, just buckle up. A ton coming your way. We are absolutely, Cincinnati Bengals Talk is absolutely 100% positively going to Los Angeles. So until then, or until next time, which could be later tonight, we'll probably have something else for you later tonight here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk for our editor, Andrew Fox Miller. The final score here, 27-24, Bengals Super Bowl bound. I'm James Rapien signing off for now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.